Hi guys, this is going to be kind of a random video. I am so sorry it has been so long since I posted. Man, life just gets in the way. I I can only do what I can do. I got a big mess on my dining room table. I've been sorting, putting up the curtains for the winter time. It's getting cold. It was 35 degrees outside this morning, and I hold off as long as I can before I turn on my heaters, even though they are very economical to run. My big project, partly plant related, because my plants don't do well when they're up against the windows in the wintertime. I have pulled a plant stand, pieces, things that I'm using out away from the wall. And opening and closing these curtains has been such a pain in my butt that I decided I don't know, sometime in the summer, I think I started working on this. I decided to put rings, the metal rings on top, because they slide a lot easier on the rails, and I'm going to try to work up some sort of pulley system where I can actually stand at one side and pull them one way or the other. Haven't quite figured that out in my head. I've got some parts down here lined up to use. I ordered some more rings. I think I went through 5 packages of 60 so far, and I still have to sew rings on these. And these up here need rings. For now, I put the curtains up to slide them on these rails, which is just conduit. Yep, it's conduit. Oh, hippie here and redneck, whatever. I use what's cheap. Okay. Anyway, they bunch up, and I can't really even get them out of the way. So it's a pain in my butt again. I got to do those. That door and that door over there needs to be done. And these are the ones for my master bathroom and laundry room doors. Excuse me. I had to make an extra layer of curtains here. I don't know if those are the new ones I made. I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, I think they are. These are painter's drop cloths that are canvas, and they're Harbor Freight. I'm not sponsored by them or advertising for them. It's just what I use. They're by the yard. They're super cheap, but they're really heavy, and they do pretty well. So I've got 3 layers of curtains on the windows, and hopefully I will be able to draw them back and forth. See, there should be room. Wait a minute. There. I can't tell where I am. There should be room back here for them to slide easily. Now, then I watch Miro on YouTube. He's hysterical. I just love that guy. And his baskets that he has hanging all over the place inspired me to do this on my rabbit or parrot cage for extra plant space. And it holds more plants, but it keeps them up off my table, so I still have a workspace here somewhat. I don't eat at the table hardly ever. Anyway, I had a freezer basket kicking around, and they're much taller, and they usually have handles on the side. Well, I just nipped down to where it was just one layer, and I used hose clamps to clamp it down. For extra support, I put a couple of these. I know you guys probably don't have parrot cages sitting on in your house, but anyway, I did that, and that's kind of what holds it up. It's pretty sturdy. And these are all baby plants that will be eventually combined into one big mother pot. Blah, blah, blah. I'm starting over with some of my bigger plants. I just chopped them down. I had enough of them. I'm going to do one big pot, have it be about 4 foot tall, and call it good. Sorry, I was getting kind of crooked there. Okay, so in the meanwhile, it took me several days to put up all these I bought new rod brackets, and I have double rods, and I have a double layer of curtains on the front rod and a single layer on the back rod, so there's a little space between them. And hopefully, I lost 2 plants. I rescued them, but I lost 2 plants last fall, winter, to, I believe, cold coming in the window, because they were different plants. This is one of the rescues, the Epiprimnum pinnatum with the holes, the green version with the holes down the middle. And it and my tetrasperma, both the very same morning, dropped all their leaves. And so I am assuming, and they were against the west window over here, I am assuming it got too cold at that window and they just let go. And I had to restart everything, which has been kind of an ordeal. But it's good, because I'm trying to make my plants smaller. So now, in the meantime, I don't remember if I said before in another video, I had to crawl into the house and insulate in my new sun porch under the floor, so up from the bottom. That was an ordeal. Scared the hell out of me, because I'm just creeped out by crawling into little holes and working in tight spaces up on my back. Oh, it was horrible. Anyway, that took me 2 long days. And then when I got done, I had to spray for my last round of thrips, I hope. This is 3 rounds in about, I don't know, I think it was over less than 6 weeks, because I alternated the time from, like, it said 7 to 14 days between sprays of the special spray that I got, that's a systemic, and it's also a kill on contact kind of thing, and it also kills the larvae and the eggs and blah blah blah. So anyway, I had to get that all done, and then I was really up against the wall, because I don't like to talk about health stuff, but I had to have eye surgery. And so I knew that was going to lay me up for a little while. In moving all the plants around, I got to thinking, gosh, it sure would be nice to have another rolly cart thing to be able to move these bigger plants, and where I don't have to pick them up so high off the floor and flat out carry them to the bathroom. So I bought this. It's another one of those stupid closet things, but I didn't want it to go up high. It should be, well, I can't show you, but it should be another foot or so higher than what it is now. But I wanted it about this height. And my plan is, next time I have to spray and clean all my plants, which I do periodically anyway, is to roll these bigger plants into the bathroom, get them sprayed, and roll them out. Or, maybe just carry them to the laundry room, which is right next to my bathroom door. Then I will have this empty cart. I can load up these taller guys that sit on the tops of the shelves and things, and other bigger floor plants. These guys, the Adansonii in the corner, all of those bigger plants that are heavy to carry can all sit down on the bottom, and then I have room on the top to hang some things. And I wanted it wider, because it's like, where am I going to put this damn thing when I'm not using it? And that's what I came up with, is to make it a little bit wider, not only to carry more plants, but to fill in this space. I'm in my sun porch, to fill in this space in the one opening I don't use, because the couch is on the other side of it. And I use the side rails to extend, move this out, extend the bottom, and I hose clamped a 36-inch extra plant stand shelf that I had on there. And yes, it's upside down if it were on the stand, but I wanted this little lip here so the plants, I have something to catch the plants. They don't slide around. And then I just used a piece of conduit here. Yeah, I should have sprayed it white. Listen, I ran out of time, and I was limited to what I could do after my eye surgery. I had to you know, no lifting and all that jazz. So anyway, and that is great. I will just say on that, yay, I can finally see out of my left eye again. It's been 7 years, and I haven't been blind in the eye, but I couldn't focus on anything with it. So it's fixed. My iris got torn, and it was causing me a lot of visual problems. So there's that. What else have I done? Here's more curtains to go up in the living room, but I need to sew. I've got front curtains for that I want to sew liners onto, and rings on the top. Ugh. But I have rings coming. They're supposed to be here Tuesday. I chopped my giant Monstera deliciosa. It is really leaning. The cats have decided that they want to use the tripod pole thing for a scratching post, little shits. And so it's too big for me to deal with. My plan is to just get rid of this bottom part, give it away. Once I can cut this other part off, and I'm not even sure, I might just give it away as it is, because it doesn't look bad with just that top part on there. These are the two pieces that I air layered and potted up the other day. I got them on there. Okay, so I'm right in the middle of putting up curtains, and I get a phone call, like in the middle of 3 days of putting up new curtain rods and making the curtains work and blah, blah, blah. I get a phone call Monday, late, like 5. The people that usually give me a deer had harvested one, opening day of hunting season, and I needed to get on my toes and get that my freezer cleaned out. I didn't have quite enough space for a whole deer in there, so I decided to jerk some of what was left. So this is 2 big batches of jerky. That's about 12 pounds of jerky, but before it was jerked. Now it doesn't weigh hardly anything. And so that, I love this jerky that I make. I put different seasonings in it, and I break the little pieces up like, okay, consider bacon bits, only I don't like bacon. So, but I love to sprinkle them in my scrambled eggs, or if I'm making an omelet or something like that. And it's good. It's like crunchy little bacon bits, only it doesn't have the flavor of bacon. And so that's that done. Yesterday they brought me the deer. They put the deer in a cooler and for a couple of days to cool it down. We have had, yesterday the temperature was 84 degrees in October. Are you kidding me? So I had one day, they brought it to me yesterday morning early. By about 8 o'clock, the deer was hanging in my garage. And I started in on it, and I finished boning it at 9 o'clock last night. I cleaned up some of the bad parts on the meat that have to go away, but so there's a deer on my shelves in there. Yeah, I eat a lot of eggs too. And that bottom shelf goes back a second layer. Plus I've got 3 big bags I went ahead and just put in the freezer. Some of the trimmings are animal worthy, and my dog loves them, my cats love them. So I have those in bags in the freezer, and I will just bring a bag out at a time and trim them up and deal with it. So I still have to trim that meat, but I hate to whine and complain, but I am exhausted. I just have to take today off and rest, and maybe even let the meat age a little longer in the refrigerator. It's fine. It's cold. It'll be fine. I don't have to worry about it. I've never had to bone a deer in one day by myself like I did that, but I was under the gun because I was able to keep the garage cool. The highest it got in the garage was 52, 54 degrees yesterday, and it cooled down. It was 35 degrees this morning, but there's nothing out there anymore that isn't under refrigeration or in the freezer. So anyway, that's about it. I know this isn't much of a plant-related video. I will show you one thing. I'm just heartbroken. My poor Jungle Boogie it really took a beating with the thrips. See, that is some serious thrip damage. Let me, here's another one. Look at that. Look at how sad that is. Now that is, the damage has actually been done. Let me get this leaf turned over if I can. The damage has actually been done on the back side of the leaf. Now I'm seeing, oh my God, are those more thrips? No, I don't think so. No, it's just spots. I have been going around with my microscope and my tape, and I picked what a possible potential suspected thrip might be, and picking them off and looking them up on the microscope. But so far, all I have found are either very dead and desiccating thrips, which the spray killed, or dead bark from my potting soil. And no matter how hard I try, and every time I think, I am not going to get potting soil all over my plants when I wash them this time, because the whole point is to get them clean and sprayed, I do. So, life happens. I guess in turning them around and, picking up the leaves, my hands touch the top of the pot, plus I spray the top of the pot, so I'm moving leaves out of the way, and oh, what an ordeal. I hope I have got rid of it. I am trying to air layer a piece of this, and it's a top part, and I will, here's a poor leaf. Oh, it's just heartbreaking to see what that did. I will cut off the bad leaves. It's starting to get newer leaves, and they're in pretty reasonable shape. Here's a new one opening up that doesn't have a lot of damage. I think some of that curliness is caused by the thrips, but this is just opening. You can see on the edge here, that light, that is thrips damage, and you can kind of see how they burrow around on the leaf. Those little assholes, man. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Slap me. Quarter in the swear jar. That ain't gonna happen either. Anyway, that's about it. Oh, I did get, I don't know if I showed this before, I got a couple little tables at the thrift store for, I don't know, I think that one was $4, and I got this little half table here. I think that was $3. And I didn't even paint that one. I like the way it is. It's just kind of crackly and turquoise. So, what the heck, Anyway, it looks good. It works good. I had to repot my poor Ripsalis paradoxa. The way I had it, it was just getting broken and broken. That's why there's so many pieces in there. I started off with these two larger ones, and every time I move something around, a piece would drop off. I'd stick it in the pot, but the pot I had it in just wasn't good, and the placing I had, so I put a thing out. I don't know what to do about hiding those cords. They're pretty ugly. And this is on a swivel hook, so when I go to shut the hanger or the curtains at night, I can, push that aside. And in the daytime, which I haven't done this morning yet, I'm kind of running on empty here. I put it forward and it catches some morning sunlight. So anyway, that's about it. I thank you very much for watching, subscribing, liking if you choose. I'm sorry this isn't terribly plant related. I'm doing the best I can. I'll try to think of something interesting to do about my plants. I don't know. I just feel like everything I have to say has been said. I think I'm pretty boring lately, but look at this pretty micans. That was even some thrip damage on that too. Damn, those things are just beastly. Look at that. The color is so pretty. But I did make these trellises. I like these double half hoop trellises. They're made out of cattle panel. I sliced a section of it down, and you take the bars off from in between and crisscross them here at the top, and they give a really sturdy support. They're metal inside. I wrapped them in a little layer of burlap, and the plants seem to like them, and I can get a lot of mileage going round and round and round and still going up. When they get to the top, they're getting chopped, and that's it. That's the way it goes. I can't have them any bigger than that. I don't know. I think I'm just too damn old to be lugging around huge pots. I'm over it. So, anyway, we'll catch you later. Boy, I gabbed on a lot. I'm sorry. Bye now.